Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and this is one of our 2019 Cayennes. Now, as you may know, for 2019, the Cayenne received a full redesign. So everything about the car is new and pretty exciting, lots of cool stuff. The biggest change is the engine, going from a naturally aspirated one to a turbocharged one. Now, with a lot more torque, a lot more power. The 0 to 60 time is quite a bit quicker. It still uses an 8-speed transmission, but geared differently as well for quicker low-end acceleration. So big step forward, particularly in the standard model. The S got a little bit better, but this standard Cayenne got a lot better than the last one. Also a lot more high-tech, larger screen inside, more of a touchpad below instead of the buttons. Feels much more modern. Screens now in behind the steering wheel. You had one small one before, now you have two larger ones, so lots of cool stuff to talk about there. But I won't dive into the Cayenne changes in general. I want to talk about this one specifically. So this is in the standard white exterior. There is the Carrera white metallic available too, but to be quite honest, I wouldn't bother with it. They really don't look that different. In direct sunlight, of course, you see the metallic a little bit more, but unless they're side by side, it's not that meaningful. Some people will disagree with me, but that's my feeling. Some other stuff outside. The wheels would have been a 19-inch as standard, but this one we upgraded to the 20-inch. This one's called the Cayenne Design wheel and does give it a little bit more presence than the smaller standard 19 would. So we did that, and we put on the roof rails, as I mentioned in most of these videos. If you don't put them on, you can't decide to later. They have to be put on a factory and cannot be retrofit, so an important thing to note. Also around back, you'll see it has the tow hitch. It has the towing package, so it can tow 7,700 pounds, which all Cayennes can, and they do so pretty easily. They're actually more capable than I think a lot of people realize. You can retrofit that. It doesn't have to be put on a factory, but it's much cheaper if it is. It's a $750 option. But if you want to do it later on a Cayenne that wasn't equipped from factory, it costs about $3,000 if you're going to use it to tow. If you want to add one to a car just for a bike rack, it's only a couple of $100. So just some important information there. So moving into the inside and some of the equipment we put in here. Firstly, we did the Premium Package Plus, which most but not all of our cars will have. But to me, when I'm looking at how they're spec'd, once I see that line in the option list, I kind of know it has everything important anyway. Right, there's other stuff that's nice to have, but once you have that, you know it's got everything that you really want. So I'll explain a little bit about what's in that package. There's quite a bit. First is the seat upgrade. You go to either the 14-way or the 18-way, up from the standard 8-way, which starts to get confusing, but the 8-way is the same shape as that 14-way, but the extra adjustments are the thigh extension at the bottom and the 4-way lumbar support. So for those reasons, most people opt for that one. If you go to the 18-way, it's a different shape altogether, wraps around you a lot more, and you can adjust that to be tighter or more loose, which some people really love, but others hate because the higher bolsters do make it more difficult to get in and out. So for that reason, the 14 is more popular. So that's what we put in this one. Also, it becomes ventilated as part of that package. Always heated, but you add the ventilation with the Premium Plus, and you add heat for the rear seats. Also, for the rear passengers with that package, you get the 4-zone climate control. So you always have 2-zone up front, you have individual temperatures and decide where your air is coming from. With the 4-zone, you have exactly the same for the rear passengers too. So if you do have people in the back frequently, they definitely appreciate that. And it just looks cool, frankly, back there having a bunch of actual buttons and stuff rather than just vents, right? So you get that. You also get an upgrade to the sound system. You go to the Bose over the standard system, and it's a lot more powerful. There's a lot more speakers. Definitely a meaningful upgrade there. Also, the lane change assist or blind spot warning. Everybody seems to want that nowadays. Porsche has built it into this package now, and it's almost never that we have a car in stock now that doesn't have that. You also get a headlight upgrade with that package. You'll notice the headlights on these look pretty cool. There's quite a bit going on. They've got our next level matrix LEDs. So that's a brand new technology for the 2019 Cayenne. Didn't have it before. We did have LEDs before, but they weren't quite as advanced. You could still leave your high beams on, and if it sees a car coming the other way, it would turn them off. But now with these, they have 84 individual LEDs in there, and they can turn off only the specific ones that are affecting that car as it drives by. So you're not dazzling that driver, but you're keeping the rest of your high beams on. So for nighttime driving, it's exceptional. It works super well. Also, the comfort access. So we've had some of that before, but it's been kind of upgraded for 2019. For a long time, you've been able to, just touch the door handle and get in that way and turn the ignition switch without taking your key out of your pocket. But what they added this year was the kick to open and kick to close tailgate, which is super handy. I like it a lot, super easy to use. So that's part of the package too, and that pretty much sums up everything in the Premium Plus. We did add a couple of other things, the most meaningful to me being the surround view camera. So all of them will have a rear view camera and they'll have sensors front and rear, but this one has the full surround view. So you gain extra cameras under the side mirror, just here, and of course on the other side too, and then one on the front, and it stitches all 4 images together to give you that top-down view so you can see all the way around the car. It takes some getting used to, but once you learn to trust it, it works very, very well. You can see that, the yellow lines as you're pulling into a parking space and just kind of place your vehicle between them. I love it. You can also then choose specific views if you want to look straight down the side for parallel parking so you don't rub your wheels, or wide angle front and rear if you're trying to kind of sneak out of a parking space, but maybe there's somebody parked on the curb blocking your view a little bit. The wide angle will help that. So it's a feature I really like that I think is definitely worthwhile. Really nicely optioned car, but also what's nice is it's still under 95 grand. A lot of these are more than that and more than 100, and they don't have to be. I've talked for quite a while already about all the stuff that's in here. So at that, again, below 95,000 price point, you're getting a lot of Cayenne, and they hold their value super well. So that's, again, this is just one example. We have a great inventory. Keep scrolling through, check out more of the videos, and we invite you to come down, see the cars in person, and take a drive. Thanks so much for watching.